Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dan Shore, aka Beat Sculptor, and today I'm going to teach you all about the hip-hop chord that's going to make your beats sound epic.
Beat Sculptor.
So the chord that I'm going to share with you today that's going to help make your beats sound epic is a 6 chord in a minor scale. Now, that'll all make more sense in just a moment, but part of the purpose of this channel moving forward is going to be to teach you actual real music theory for hip-hop, for trap, for R&B. I've seen a lot of people out there really curious to learn about it, which is amazing. I also hear about a lot of people saying that knowing theory or learning theory for a producer or a beat maker is a waste of time, or it's going to hurt your creativity. None of that is true. Knowing theory gives you power. It's like being a painter and knowing the right color to use or knowing the right brush to use in a certain circumstance. Knowing theory as a musician, when you know the chord that I'm going to teach you today, and after this video you're going to know that, you're going to be able to, on demand, make your beats sound epic. You know, if you've ever sat there going, I want to make my beat sound sad or nostalgic or epic or inspirational, whatever that emotion is that you're trying to make the listener feel, you can achieve that by knowing the theory behind the music, and just at the snap of your fingers or like on demand, you can almost just choose that sound, and you're not going to have to wait for it to sort of come by accident or to stumble upon a loop that you like on Splice. You're going to be able to just do it on demand. So the chord that I'm going to teach you today is a 6 chord in a minor scale. So first of all, you've probably all heard this chord. For example, in one out of many examples is in the song Faces by Roddy Ricch. I'm not going to play that note for note, but the chords in that song sound like this. And you probably picked up that third chord is the one that has that sort of epic sound to it. You know, when you land on that, it kind of makes you feel a certain way. And you can create that feeling whenever you want just by knowing what this chord is. So I'm going to break down the theory for you as detailed as I can. I went to school for music. I've studied theory for a very, very long time. If I go fast over something, leave a comment in the questions below and I'll definitely try to address that for you. So first of all, you need to have a basic understanding of what a minor scale is. So let me show this to you in the key of A minor, because it's the easiest one. It's the one with all the white notes, right? So when you have a minor scale, you just have 7 notes in that scale. So A being the first one. Now technically, this is a natural minor scale, and there are different types of minor scales, but don't feel overwhelmed by that. For now, we're really just going to deal with the natural minor scale. And A minor is the natural minor scale that shares the same exact notes as C major. Okay, so whenever you're in a major scale, if you step down 3 notes in that scale and start there, that's where the minor scale starts. Okay, so you could play the 4 chords from a song like Faces by Roddy Ricch just by doing the regular what's called triads. So a triad is just 3 notes that skip over notes in the scale. So to play an A minor triad, you do A, C, and E. And again, we know it's minor because we know we're in the A minor scale. And then if you just move those down 1 step, that gets you on a G major chord. Because we moved from the first chord to the next to last chord, we're going down. This is now called the 7 chord in a natural minor scale. Again, you can get that by counting up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you just stick with triads and don't do anything fancy, and you go down 1 more step, you get to the 6th chord in a minor scale, which is F major. And that doesn't quite have the same effect. It sounds a little bit more like a pop song, or maybe a more simple hip-hop song or something like that, but it doesn't quite have that epic sound to it. Now, the key to the epic sound is to take that 6 chord, the F major, and add the E back on top. Now, this makes it become what is called a major 7 chord. So I'm just kind of giving you the terms. In a future video, I could break down what a major 7 chord is specifically. You can also find that just by looking up hundreds or thousands of other YouTube videos out there that break down what these chords are. But all you need to know is that if you want that epic sound and you're starting in a minor scale, you're just going to add that 4th note back onto the 6th chord. And here's a little secret for you. All this really is, and all this really looks like, is the A minor, but just with an F in the bass. Okay, so you might be thinking, how do I take that knowledge and then apply this to making any one of my beats sound epic? So there's a few steps. Number one, you have to know what minor key you're in. And so, that might take some learning some basic theory. It might take you watching some YouTube videos to figure that out. A lot of the DAWs and plugins will help you identify what scale you're in. But once you realize what minor scale you're in, so let's take A minor, for example, you just want to find the 6th note or the 6th chord in that minor scale and make sure to add that extra 4th note into it. So in the case of Faces by Roddy Ricch, that is in the key of D minor. And you can apply this to any minor scale. You could do that in the key of E minor. So I hope that's helpful. What I'm going to do is just spend a minute showing this to you in the DAW so you can see how this looks in stems in MIDI form. All right, everyone, so what I'm going to go ahead and do here, is show you just how these notes look in your DAW. So I'm using Reason, but you can use anything, FL Studio, Logic, etc. So I'm just going to do a simple 8-bar pattern here, and I'm going to go ahead and just hit record on that. Alright, so we're just going to clean that up. Got to hit an extra note here by accident because I'm standing up trying to do this. Just quickly quantize, and we're going to just make all these the full length of each measure. And so here is the epic chord that I'm talking about. This is a F major 7. So what you have is you have F, which is the root of that chord. Here's F again. And then you have A, which is the 3rd. You have C, which is the 5th. That makes up the regular triad, but then by adding E back on the top here, that gives you that epic major 7 sound. All right, and what I'll probably do is I might try to figure out a way to put a link just to these MIDI notes here in the description below if you want to just grab these chords and use that epic chord. And then, of course, what you can do with any DAW, is just transpose this to whatever key you want. Like I was saying, the Faces by Roddy Ricch is going to be here in D minor. All right, and there's that epic chord. So when you're in D minor, you've got D minor, C major, and then B flat major 7. So again, a good hack for this is just that whatever that first minor chord is, D minor in this case, you just keep that the same up at the top, and then change the bass note to B flat. Now you can change that bass note in your piano part or keyboard part or your melody loop, but most likely you're going to make that bass note happen with the 808 or the bass. And then, you can repeat that B flat in your melody or with your piano chords or your keyboard, but you're mainly going to have this be in the chords of the melody. So So yeah, hope that helps. Leave your 3 questions below, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Beat Sculptor. Definitely hit subscribe if you found this valuable. Check out beatsculptor.com. Check out my BeatStars, and I'm a Beat Sculptor on Instagram, where I share a lot of the process of me making beats. Okay, I'll see you next time.